Hey guys, this is Gomez, and in this tutorial I'll be talking about conditional statements in Python. I'll be talking about if, else, and elif. Conditional statements are very important in programming. Conditional statements comes in handy when you want to learn a particular block of code only when a certain condition is met. Without wasting much of your time, let's see how all this is implemented in Python. I will start with if statements. So the basic structure of an if statement is if. It starts with the if keyword and then condition, colon, and then statements. Always remember that Python takes indentation seriously. Python uses indentation as a way of grouping statements together into a single block. So don't forget to indent your code. In this case, we have 4 spaces. That's the recommended spacing. 4 character spaces from this position, this point to this point. So 4 character spaces. So let me give you an example of what we'll be talking about. I'll create 2 variables. The first one is x, and I'll say x is 10, and then y is 12. So what I want to do is to print something on the console only if x is greater than y. So how do I do that? I'll say if x is greater than y, then print x is greater than y. Okay, then let's run this code. So you see that nothing happens. Why? In this case, x is 10 and y is 12. Therefore, this condition is not met. But if we say 23 and then we run, it says x is greater than y. But there are times when you want to learn a specific block of code when a certain condition is met. When that condition is not fulfilled, you want to learn another block of code. So we do that in Python with the else statement. So I'll say else, print x is not greater than y. Okay, let's run this and see. Here it says x is greater than y, but if we do this and run, it says x is not greater than y. That's interesting. That's interesting. But still more, there are times when you have multiple conditions that you want to check with. I'll give you a good example. Let's say we are developing a grading system. Now, let's say we're developing a grading system. Now, the requirements of the system is that if the grade is greater than or equal to 90, then that person has a distinction. If the grade is greater than 75, but that means less than 90, that person has a credit. And if the grade is greater than or equal to 50, but it's less than 75, then that person has a pass. If the grade is less than 50, then that's a fail. So how do we implement this in Python? Let's do it. So I'll say if grade is greater than or equal to 90, I want to say print you have passed with a distinction. So what I have to do is to create the grade variable. So I'll say grade equals 50, and then Our requirements say if the grade is greater than 90, this person has passed with a distinction. And then if the grade is greater than 75 but less than 90, then that's a credit. So the requirement is that if the grade is greater than or equal to 90, then that person has passed with a distinction. But if the grade is greater than or equal to 75 and less than 90, then that's a credit. So I'll use elif for that, elif for that. So I'll say elif grade is greater than or equal to 75 but less than 90. So I'll say print, okay, I'll just say you've passed with a credit. Okay, you've passed with a credit. And then the condition is if the grade is greater than 50 but less than 75, then this person has passed. Okay, so I'll say else, okay, elif grade is greater than or equal to 50 but it's less than 75, then we will say you have passed. I'll just copy this and then paste it here, and then I'll say you have passed. Okay, so that's it. And then if the grade is less than 50, you have failed. So for that I'll just use else I will say print you have failed. Okay, so let's learn this. So the grade is 50 and it says okay, you've passed. Let's make this 90 and learn it. So it says you've passed with a distinction. Let's make it 40. It says you've failed. Let's try with 75. It says you've passed with a credit. Let's try 80. And then it says you've passed with a credit. So that's our grading system here. That's our grading system. So you can be as creative as you can. You can try a lot of things. You can do whatever you want to do. Just have the knowledge of how Python conditional statements work, and then you can do whatever you want to do. So guys, this is what I had for you in this tutorial. I hope to see you next time.